Could I begin by welcoming just echoing my colleague's warm welcome to yourself, President Juncker, and distinguished guests today. As the only Northern Irish person who's having the opportunity of speaking today in this House, I'm extremely privileged that honour is bestowed on me. I'm addressing you today on behalf of my fellow independent senators. I make no apology that my opinions are prejudiced by the fact that I live and work in Northern Ireland, and I'm proud to be defined as Northern Irish, as British, as Irish and as European. It's a truly complex cultural cocktail. But as someone who believes in democracy and respects democracy, we need to consider how and why we got to this place. A decision by the citizens of the UK based on information available and their understanding of implications of Brexit was taken at a point in time. This is a decision that I respect. However, as a Democrat, I need to ensure whatever course of action we follow is a representative of the majority, that it reflects the opinion now and not the opinion 2 years ago, that it reflects the opinion on fact and not fantasy, that it reflects the opinion based on reality and is not reckless, and most importantly, that the silent majority opinion is expressed and that is represented. Credit must go to all of those who have contributed to the Brexit discussions, including those in Northern Ireland, to all the civic forum groups, the lobby groups, the politicians, the general public, who all feel so frustrated by the lack of clarity at this late hour. Northern Ireland's nearest neighbours are in this House today. Northern Ireland's biggest allies are in this House today. And in an era where a focus is placed on fake news, we need to be aware that the fake news and the spin played out at the moment is that Dublin and Brussels are conspiring against the UK. Nothing, and I repeat, nothing is farther from the truth. The UK proposed a departure, which I hope never materialises, and therefore they must present some solutions. History will judge this period of time by assessing whether decisions so critical for the future of UK and Ireland were taken in the absence of reason and rational thinking, whether a UK position was based on a fair and balanced evaluation of the potential impact of Brexit, whether Brexit was used for political gain, whether the people were consulted, and then, and only then, whether we made a decision to deliver for the future, whether we have truly represented the interests of the generations to come and the young people eager to grow and develop as members of the largest community in the world. Leadership is not about the next election, leadership is about the next generation. History has referenced the fact that strong leadership requires taking charge when you're placed in command. Dwight D. Eisenhower stated that it wasn't about the plan, rather it was about the planning, because all plans change. And this situation clearly demonstrates that due to changing circumstances and emerging information regarding the impact of Brexit, the UK plan may have to change. There's nothing opposition politicians and headline-hungry journalists like more than a government U-turn. However, as policy proposals are refined, as negotiations and consultations progress, and clarity is given to the potential impact, it becomes much clearer that a review of the situation is responsible, it is respectful, and it is in the best interests of all concerned. As stated, a position taken by the citizens of the UK on the 23rd of June 2016 was based on information at hand and knowledge at the time. Hindsight's a wonderful thing. With the benefit of hindsight and the information we now possess regarding the complexity of leaving and the less obvious or complete absence of clearly defined opportunities or the Brexit dividends, it would be sensible, if not imperative, that we should allow Parliament and the people of the UK to make a decision on support for or rejection of Brexit. Strong leadership must be built on listening to the public. It must be listening to industry, to expert opinion, and not about ploughing on blindly because it would appear as a weakness in the eyes of your critics to change tact. I'm more convinced than ever that the European Union still presents the best opportunities for the UK, for Ireland and for Northern Ireland. I'm completely convinced that the benefits of membership greatly outweigh any opportunity for the UK leaving the EU, and it's clear today that Dublin and Brussels are working together to ensure that any implementation of a Brexit deal must work for London, Dublin and Brussels. To quote from a book I've just finished reading referencing globalisation, the tightening web of international connections erodes the independence of most countries. Collaboration is good, it's a natural phenomenon. This is a time for unity and not for division. there's more that unites us than that divides us, to quote the late murdered British MP Joe Cox. This is a time for strong leadership and for clear vision.